What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Purple Shade Podcast. Brody, week two. Week two's in the books. And it was another eventful week in the NFL. Give me your thoughts on it. What do you think?
I would say definitely it was an eventful week. A lot of nonsense that I saw on the playground. I guess that's what you could call it at this point. I mean, it didn't really look like a football field at the when that whistle was blown, but it was very eventful. Two different outcomes from two different teams. A lot of things we didn't want to see. A lot of things that we wish we could have seen, but yet again didn't see. It was definitely an eventful week. That's in a nutshell, yes. So much events, and we have a lot to talk about today.
We have a whole lot to talk about.
Yes, we do.
To your point, yeah, look, it was another good week. Some games saw some fireworks, others not so much. We'll get into that. Let's run through some scores, right? Let's run through some scores first. We're recording this on a Tuesday, so we're just going to do a recap of the week, and at the end, we'll talk about our picks, see who was right, see who was wrong. But man, we start out Thursday night. Washington Commanders, Green Bay Packers. Packers win that game 27-18. Packers look good. 2 games at home, but they look good. They start out 2-0. The Ravens got to win this week. Got in the win column. It only took 1 week. The Ravens bounced back from a week 1 heartbreak loss to the Bills. They beat the Browns 41-17. They pretty much dominated the game. At times they looked unstoppable, but only in the second half. They started out slow, but once they got rolling in the second half, there was nothing that the Browns could do to stop them. DeAndre Hopkins, I thought he was washed. That's what I heard. I thought he was washed. Right? I thought he was another washed receiver that the Ravens pick up. But all that man does is catch the ball. Should have had 2 touchdowns. Had 2 big catches. But, hey, man. Ravens, good win. Great way to respond after that loss to the Bills. The Bengals beat the Jaguars 31-27. Another close game for the Bengals, but they got some really bad news because Joe Burrow tore some ligaments in his toe. He had some turf toe. He had to leave the game. Come to find out that he will need surgery. So minimum, he's going to be out 3 months minimum. And we all know that 3 months can turn into a season. 3 months is the minimum time that he's going to be out, but everything has to go perfect for him to come back. And that's mid-December. Even if he comes back mid-December, that's pretty much coming up on the end of the season. So doesn't look good for him. Cowboys beat the Giants. Man, the Cowboys and the Giants, that was a pretty interesting game. The Cowboys escaped with that 40-37 win in overtime. Their kicker, Brendan Aubrey, nailed that 64-yard field goal to force the overtime to get them there. Then he sealed it with a 46-yarder. They were going back and forth. I didn't think the Giants would even be in this game, but Russ was cooking until he wasn't, until he threw that pick and doomed the Giants. But Cowboys get that win, 40-37. The Lions woke up. The Lions woke up just in time for the Ravens game. That's going to be a big game next week, but we'll get into that tomorrow. That's going to be the game of the week.
Bro, that's a college score.
They dropped 52.
That's a college score, ladies and gentlemen.
You dropped 52, and they rubbed it in. Former coach Brian Johnson, they rubbed it in. They dropped 52 on the Bears, and the Bears just look like the Bears. But they're a young team. They have a rookie head coach, second-year quarterback. It's going to take them a while, but they get demolished by the Lions 52-21, and it wasn't even that close. The Lions showed everybody that week 1 was just a fluke. It happens. It's week 1, but they bounced back big time. Patriots beat the Dolphins 33-27. The Dolphins lose another one. They still don't look that good. I don't know if Mike McDonald is going to have a job pretty soon. He might be losing that locker room. Those guys do not look happy in Miami. The 49ers, without Brock Purdy, get a win in New Orleans, 26-21.
Ooh.
I know that was – I figured that would happen. The Saints aren't a good team. The 49ers are a good team, but they didn't have their starting quarterback. But they still pulled out a win, which is what you're supposed to do. That's what good teams do.
Right.
Bills beat the Jets 30-10. I think that's something that we expected.
Yeah.
Their defense looked good. Joey Bosa looked good in that game. You know, I think he had 7 quarterback pressures, 2 forced fumbles. So he looked good.
Yeah.
Seahawks beat the Steelers. The Steelers with one of those boneheaded plays. Did you see that play?
I did not.
And the guy missed it. So the Seahawks kicked it off. I forgot his name. I forgot the kid's name, but he missed the kick. Well, he touched it, so he didn't catch the kickoff after it bounced. Went behind him into the end zone. Seahawks ran down and recovered it in the end zone for a touchdown. You can't do that.
Yeah.
He's a rookie.
Yeah.
This ain't college, son. This ain't college. But it's the Pittsburgh Steelers, so who cares? Bonehead. That's a bonehead play.
That's beyond bonehead, but continue, actually.
The Rams take care of the Titans 33-19. The Cardinals eke out a win against the Panthers,
Nice.
27-22. The Colts beat the Broncos on a last-second field goal. Bo Nix looks solid, but Denver just couldn't hold off Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones looks rejuvenated. He looks like a new quarterback out there for the Colts. And they won 29-28. They won by 1 on a last-second field goal. Actually, in that game, the kicker originally missed a 60-yard field goal, but there was a penalty, so they got the re-kick. There was a 15-yard penalty. They got the re-kick, and he drilled the 45-yard penalty. He drilled the 45-yard field goal.
Nice.
29-28 Colts. In the afternoon game, the Eagles beat the Chiefs in the rematch of Super Bowl. What Super Bowl was that? I can't believe I can't remember what Super Bowl that was.
Eagles.
Whatever. The last Super Bowl. Super Bowl rematch. Super Bowl rematch. That's how much I didn't care because the Ravens should have been in it, but they weren't. So I didn't even care which one it was.
It's okay.
But yeah, the Eagles took care of the Chiefs in the Super Bowl rematch. And it lived up to the hype, man. It was a really good game. Travis Kelce dropped the ball on the 1-yard line. Eagles player picked it off, ran it back, got caught by a lineman, which he shouldn't have, but it is what it is.
Not magic.
Sunday night game. Minnesota Vikings fall to the Atlanta Falcons 22-6, and it wasn't even close. Rookie quarterback J.J. McCarthy struggled the whole night with turnovers. He also got injured.
Yeah.
Report is he's going to be out at least 3 to 4 weeks, so it looks like he won't be back until after the bye. The Vikings have a couple games overseas, so he won't be back. They have the Bengals next week and a couple games overseas, so he probably won't be back until after the bye. So he's going to need that time off.
Yeah.
2 games on Monday night. The Buccaneers eked out a win against the Texans, another close game. Baker Mayfield drove the Bucs down the field for a game-winning touchdown with about 6 seconds left, so that was a thriller.
Wow.
And then the Chargers eked out a win 20-9 against the Raiders. Chargers look good, 2-0. They have a 2-game lead in their division. They have 2 division wins. Chargers are starting out fast, very fast.
Good. Yeah.
So
Chargers, man.
Yeah. When we look at the betting, man, the favorites went 11-3. So if you bet the favorites, you did pretty good. The overs hit 10/14 in the game. So if you bet the overs and you bet the favorites, you had a good week.
Yeah.
So that pretty much recaps the week 2 that was. Brody, who do you want to get to first? We got a couple of teams to talk about. Who do you want to talk about first?
To be honest, I actually would like to talk about those Vikings first.
Might as well get them out the way.
I would like to talk about those Vikings first.
Give me your thoughts. Vikings lose to the Falcons 22-6 on Sunday night football.
I got one word for you. Robinson. Number 7. Why couldn't they stop this guy? I mean, he's running it. He's catching it. He's just like they're not even a factor. Robinson just showed up and said, you know what, guys? Hey, I'm going to run past you now. Don't try to stop me. And it looks like they just said, okay. And I mean, don't get me started on Rodgers. Dude he was getting cooked. He looked like T. Wiggins out there. Like, dude was getting cooked. I'm like, Rodgers. Like, bro, you're good. Trust me. You're good. You're way better than that. But man, Robinson just took you out, bro. He said, look, hey, I don't know what to tell you. And you just like get lost out there, man. The secondary was iffy at best. I mean, they did have pressure. They did collapse the box a few times. They had pressure on the quarterback, the Falcons quarterback. But, man, they just had free reign. They let them score too many times. Or I guess you say at this point, they only scored 1 touchdown. They gave them 15 points in field goals. And to me, that's still, that's too many opportunities given to the Falcons to score anything. Too many.
The defense definitely was. They were bending, but they weren't breaking.
Let's put
it like that.
This is true.
Let's put it like that.
This is true.
They definitely struggled against that run game, but I'm not going to fault them because that offense didn't give them much of a chance. But go ahead, I'll let you finish.
I mean, this is true, and like to what you said to the token, the Vikings defense, they did bend, but they didn't break because that one touchdown scored in the entire game didn't come until the fourth quarter.
Facts.
So I give them credit there that multiple stops. I mean, like I said, 15-6 in the fourth quarter, 15-6. No touchdown scored, all field goals. If the Vikings offense could have scored a touchdown, 1 touchdown, that would have been, if a 2-point conversion, 14-15, or just a 1 point, 13-15. You're within range to turn that game around and come away with the win.
Yeah, 1 score. I mean, that whole game, when you were watching it, the Falcons weren't running away with it, even though they were pretty much dominating the game. Their defense was dictating everything that was happening in that game. The Vikings defense definitely kept them in it. And you're right to your point. 1 score would have got the Vikings back in. And for a while, you were sitting there, at least me, I was sitting there thinking like, okay, one drive, let's get a score. But it never happened. Go ahead.
No, exactly. And it was a few times where you thought it was going to happen. And what happens? Interception. I don't know. I know it was 1. I know it was 1 interception for the offense. I don't know. It could have been a second one. That play had a flag on it. I mean, it could have been 2 interceptions, and the flag was somewhere else. But still, when he threw it deep, not every time. He caught Justin Jefferson out there a few times. He caught Josh Naylor.
Jalen Naylor.
Jaden Naylor.
Jalen.
Oh, Jalen Naylor a couple times. You know what I mean? Not really that good. They didn't really have a lot of yards on the offense. You know what I mean? And I mean, if you want to get technical, I mean, they really just look like, old school Ravens. All defense and offense is left to be lackluster. You know what I mean? Defense is holding, no touchdowns to the fourth quarter, and the offense just has nothing to show for it. I was baffled. I was jaw dropped when I saw the game actually unfolding. I couldn't fathom the idea that the Falcons were just handling business. You know what I mean? Not to a T, because they didn't score a touchdown to the fourth quarter, but they were still putting up points. And I mean, I would have been happy if it was a field goal game, like both Falcons and Vikings, just field goal. Okay. Another field goal from the opposing team. Keep going. You know what I mean? Keep fighting for it. If you can't score a touchdown, take what you can get. But I mean, the Vikings just kept falling short of that. Their kicker's sweet spot to even try for a strike, and that's what led to a fourth quarter 15-6, and ultimately 22-6 loss in Minnesota.
It was bad. I'm sorry, are you done?
Oh yeah. Yes.
It sounds like you're done.
Yes.
But I told you last week,
overtime.
I told you I picked the Vikings to win because I wanted them to win.
Yes.
But I was on upset alert. I wasn't too optimistic that basically this rookie, J.J. McCarthy, that he would just bounce out of, not struggling. He struggled a lot against the Bears, and it looked the same way against the Falcons, except there was no comeback. But it was rough, man. It was a rough home opener for the Vikings. And the line didn't look good. Play calling wasn't great. I don't think the play calling helped out McCarthy. The kid was sacked 6 times. He did throw 2 picks, and he lost a fumble, and he got hurt, which is like the trifecta.
Yeah.
Atlanta's defense, I don't think they're that good. They have a couple rookies in their defense that they're good, but they're not that good. The Vikings are decimated on the offensive line. They're on their backup. They're on their second backup on their left tackle, and their center got hurt. And they have a rookie at guard. They're just in shambles right now, and they didn't give this kid any time. I felt bad for him because he was just getting beat up. And then the Atlanta secondary, they were handling business. Even without A.J. Terrell, their best corner, he got hurt and went out, and they were still holding it down. To your point, what you started out with, Bijan Robinson, he did whatever he wanted to do all night. He ran for 143 yards, man, on 22 carries. And he was setting the tone from the opening drive. The Falcons came out and said, we're going to run the ball down your throats, and you're not going to be able to stop us. And they didn't score a lot of points, but they still couldn't stop them. They were getting drives. They were just falling short, close to the red zone or in the red zone. That late touchdown really didn't mean anything, but they still got it. As a team, they had 218 rushing yards, which is ridiculous. Like I said, the Vikings defense, they bent, but they didn't break, but that was still just unacceptable. I told you the Falcons brought in a new kicker, right? Koo. They deactivated him. They brought in a new kicker, and that kid went 5 for 5.
Yeah.
I think Koo may have lost his job because he scored, 16? 16 of the 22? 5 field goals, extra point.
Yeah.
No, but the injuries, man, they piled up. They're on their third left tackle, backup center, rookie at guard. So it was really just bad for them. It really was. The one bright spot was that Justin Jefferson 50-yard catch right before halftime. That was the biggest play of the game for the Vikings. And they just didn't look right all night. That Falcons, that rookie class that the Falcons had, they drafted 2 defensive kids in the first round, and they were the spotlight. They did. They destroyed that Minnesota offensive line. But they dropped the 1-1, got the Bengals next week. It's going to be a backup quarterback versus a backup quarterback. J.J. McCarthy's out for about 45 weeks, and Joe Burrow's out 3 months. 2 backup quarterbacks next week. We'll see what happens. But go ahead.
The one thing I will say, and this is just token to the Bengals, man, it's sad to hear about Joe Burrow, and also, but the fact that when we face the Bengals, it's not the same. That's all I could say from being a Ravens fan standpoint. Division game is never the same when you play the opposition and they're not at full strength, especially from the quarterback standpoint, because that's kind of where this war stems from. And it's just, I deserve that.
Brother.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? In
I know,
football,
I know, I know what you're gonna ask me. Go ahead.
in football, what's the best ability?
To win.
Mm-mm. What's the best ability for a player in football?
The
In
best
sports in general.
in sports in general, the best ability,
Mm-hmm.
sportsmanship.
Availability.
Oh, avail. Oh.
This is going to be, and this is a conversation that we can have, because if Lamar is out, none of these Bengals fans are going to be like, "Oh, Lamar's out. It's not the same." No, it's you guys suck. We're gonna beat your brains out.
I knew it was coming.
When Lamar missed all those games and they were scoring they were throwing for 500 yards against us in that defense, nobody apologized for that. They didn't say, "Oh, Lamar. Oh, we know Lamar was out." No, they ran up the score and they threw for 500 yards. So I don't want to hear it. People, when Lamar and I don't want to put me up there.
Oh,
I'm up there.
You are.
Look, I'm gonna jump on my soapbox real quick.
Overtime.
When Lamar was up for his contract, a lot of pundits, right, a lot of analysts on the 3 and 4 letter networks talked about how he didn't deserve it because he was hurt too much. Lamar only got hurt against the Bills in the playoffs, and that one season where he got hurt after week 6. So he was hurt, let's say, half the season. Other than that, besides, 1 or 2 illnesses, because Lamar has the worst immune system in the world. It's bro, don't eat anything undercooked. Do not let, I see why Lamar, it can be August and Lamar's got a wool hat on. And you saw when he was in Buffalo, he had the scarf on. You know what I'm saying? He's a Florida boy. I get it. But keep that kid warm, right? He has the worst immune system. But besides that, Lamar's been available. Joe Burrow is about to miss his second full season, right? He basically almost missed, he basically missed the full season as a rookie. He's going to miss this season. And he missed a few years ago. He was out. You remember half the season with that wrist injury he had against the Ravens, right? But nobody talks about how Joe Burrow's not available. They keep saying, he's a top 5 quarterback and all that. But let me tell you something else. Let me look at the camera. Let me tell you something else. That offense don't seem to change when he's out. They're still scoring points. So don't give me it's Joe Burrow. And I said this last year. Joe Burrow is a good quarterback. I'm not taking anything from him, but he is not what you think he is. He is not what you think he is. He has 2 of the best receivers. He has 2 number 1 receivers on that team. 2. T. Higgins and Jamar Chase would start on any other team in the National Football League.
Yeah, let him come to Baltimore.
I ain't even worried about him coming to Baltimore. I'm just saying, right? It's crazy how he gets a pass, but Lamar doesn't. That's all I'm saying. Keep that same energy with Joe Burrow that you do with Lamar. He's about to miss his second full season.
I'll give you that. The only reason why I said that, because I know we have the more elite team. That's the only reason why I say that.
If he's not there, oh well. You play who's in front of you.
This is true. They're not gonna not come.
I didn't hear none of this from Bengals fans when Lamar was out, when he got hurt, when we had to trot, Snoop out there in the playoff game and we almost beat them.
Yep.
If he didn't try to jump over the pile instead of just pushing through, we might have beat them in the playoff game with our backup quarterback, with Tyler Huntley. That's all I'm saying.
This is true.
Right?
Now. Yep.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. But before we leave the Vikings and Falcons game, give me your positives and negatives for the Vikings coming out of this game.
I would say the positives would be the fact that, man, like I said, the defense. Well, no, not like I said. Like you said, that defense, it bent, but it didn't break, man. I mean, that's huge for the Vikings defense to not give up a score until the 4th quarter. That is huge.
Touchdown, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yep.
A touchdown to the 4th quarter.
I got you. I know what you're saying.
That is huge. I mean, like I said, the gameplay wasn't really there. as a whole, not the defense, but as a whole. But the fact that they had that capability to hold them off, I mean, that says a lot. It's just okay. The defense is, I would say, 80% there, and then we just gotta get the offense up and running, and then you have a team that's just ready. And I would say for you said positive and negative, or just positive?
Well, I know you got some negatives. The
negatives is stop throwing the interceptions. The negatives is that offensive line needs to find J.J. McCarthy at least 2 to 3 more seconds, because it's not all on J.J. McCarthy. That line didn't really hold up that well, and the Falcons' defensive line is not that great.
Not that good.
Yeah,
not what you saw on Sunday night. They're
exactly
not that good.
They're functional. They can get the job done. Getting to the quarterback 6 times, that's offensive line, period. That has nothing to do with J.J. McCarthy.
He still has to get rid of the ball, though.
Yes.
He has to play better. That line has not helped him out, but he still has to play better. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your point.
It's part of that. You're right. He does need to get rid of the ball, but it's kind of the rookie.
Also, the play calling has to be better. But I was going to mention that. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I would say so as well. If the coaching staff, offensive coordinator, can see that, hey, this offensive line is crumbling, what have you, and I know we're running out of time. Change it up. Get some runs in there. Maybe try some play action, something to get the ball out of J.J. McCarthy's hands quicker, just to, kind of complement this offensive line until they get their stuff together. There you go.
No, yeah. Some positives in the game is Justin Jefferson is still Justin Jefferson. He still looked good. That 50-yard catch was phenomenal. He was one tackle away from breaking that. The defense, they bend but don't break. They played well enough to win. They played well enough to possibly win that game. They kept them in it, so I think that's a positive. Rookie kicker still looks good. He drilled two field goals, so I'll give him that. But mostly negatives, man. It's like J.J. McCarthy, he's still going through these growing pains. And I get it. It's his second full game. But the kid was sacked 6 times. He threw 2 picks and lost a fumble. The worst part of it was it looks like both of those picks came from clean pockets. There was not too much pressure when he threw those picks. So they were just errant throws, ones that he shouldn't have made. But that offensive line is just collapsing. But it's injuries, man. Injuries. It's killing them. It's definitely killing him. What's up?
That second interception that he threw, I feel like that was more so due to the flag being thrown on the play, and maybe he thought he had a free play there. Maybe.
I don't know. It don't matter. You still don't make that throw. Flag or not, you still don't make that throw. But yeah, negatives for the defense is they got gashed. They gave up 200-something yards on the ground. That can't happen. And man, the Vikings are still having problems in the red zone. They had 1st and goal from 2 in the second quarter where they could have scored a touchdown, and they went backwards. They had a delay of game. He missed a couple throws and then a sack. That can't happen. This coaching staff has to help out J.J. McCarthy. I think Kevin O'Connell was calling the game, putting it all on J.J. McCarthy's shoulders, and he can't. He can't handle that load right now. Pause. You know what I'm saying? And you can't call that kind of game for a young quarterback. The fact is they can't run the ball that well. Aaron Jones is hurt also. Forgot to mention that. Now Aaron Jones is hurt. Okay. And again, JJ just has to be better. He missed Jalen Naylor on a wide open deep shot. He had the guy by 5 yards, and he could have hit him, and he missed it. You can't miss that throw. You can't miss that throw. But it was a bad loss. We're on the Cincinnati. Bill Belichick. We're on the Cincinnati. We're on the Cincinnati. So we'll see what happens next week. But just horrible. Just horrible game. But we'll move on. We're going to move on to the Ravens versus the Browns. The Ravens get their first win of the season. They basically dismantled the Browns 41-17. It was really a fourth quarter clinic. It wasn't that close. It was pretty close until then. Lamar threw 4 touchdowns, and that defense finally came to life. They started sluggish. They only had 81 yards in the first half, which is just lackluster. Okay. They had no running game. They completely shut down Derrick Henry, and Lamar he wasn't running the ball either. But that defense and special teams showed up, man. They had a black. They had a block punt, fumble recovery, and a pick 6 from Roquan. Did you see Roquan out there? Best game as a Raven. Roquan was a madman. Somebody said something about his mother. Somebody on the Browns said something about his mother. That man had 15 tackles. Yeah, he was in on 15 tackles and a forced fumble. He was a monster.
He showed up.
But the Ravens had to have this game. They had to have this game.
Yeah.
But after that slow start, the Ravens came out in the second half. Lamar was good. He was surgical in the second half. He had 225 yards and 4 touchdowns. Spread the ball around pretty good. Tez Walker had 2 touchdown catches in that game. Nuck should have had 2 himself. DeAndre Hopkins should have had 2 touchdowns. One of them was down at the 1. But did you see those? That's what the Ravens have been missing all these years in a receiver. That guy who can make those kind of catches. It's sad that they waited so long to get him. They should have been traded for him, but I'm glad we have him now. Zay was Zay. Zay is showing every week that he's the number 1 receiver on this team. But yeah, the Browns struggled in this game. Joe Flacco, the veteran, the 40-year-old, he only had 199 yards, a touchdown, 1 innocent, and that touchdown they shouldn't even have gotten that touchdown. If it's one thing I'll say that was bad about that defense, is that Marlowe dropped that interception.
Oh man, I'm glad you said it, because it's been boiling. I've been waiting.
I'm almost done, and I'll let you get your balls off. But yeah, what was the kid? The kids. I think Tillman caught that touchdown. The bright spot for the Browns was Myles Garrett. That dude is a wrecker. He was killing the Ravens in the first half. You remember that one series? That was the Myles Garrett series, because he made every tackle. He literally shut the Ravens down single-handedly by himself. Multiple pressures. I think he had a sack and another. They had a couple sacks on Lamar. I think he had 1.5 sacks. But that was really the only bright spot for the Browns. They made it close, but no bueno. No bueno. No bueno. The Ravens took care of business like they should have. They finished this game the way they should have finished the game in week 1. That's the last time I'm going to mention week 1. But, Brody, give me your thoughts on this game.
Oh, well, okay. To be honest, like you said, it was a slow start to this game. The Browns came out in the first half. They looked good. You know what I mean? And I was kind of like, oh wow, like okay, they're pumping up these Browns. You know what I mean? They're talking a lot about Joe Flacco. I'm like, oh man,
hold on. Did I just hear you say the Browns look good? At what point did the Browns look good in this game?
Oh no, they came out in the first half, and I mean they were shutting the Ravens down.
You mean defensively?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah. That's right. Yes.
Okay, you gotta say defense, because that offense. Joe Flacco looked 40-something years old, and this is coming from a 40-year-old. Okay.
Oh no, most definitely.
He looked apart. But look, he's still making money. Somebody's still willing to pay him. You know what I mean?
All right.
I ain't mad at you, Joe. I ain't mad at you. Thank you for that Super Bowl. Appreciate you.
Most definitely. Always. You always get a warm welcome here. But yeah, no. Defensively, the Browns were shutting the Ravens down. And it kind of dawned on me as I was watching the game, and they were, giving Joe his spotlights and everything about, the Flacco jerseys around the stadium. You know what I mean? What he did for Baltimore here and everything. And I'm like, yo, the Browns gonna come in here and beat the Ravens. And in the beginning of that, it was like kind of even. You know what I mean? Myles Garrett, was doing Myles Garrett things, and I'm like, oh, this is Myles Garrett.
Well, that was expected, though, right? You
Yeah,
said that,
but he was showing out, and I'm like, you can't tell what's gonna happen. You can't tell.
Myles Garrett is the best defensive player in the league,
right?
He is,
and we had to go through him.
Yeah, I don't twice a year. I don't even think it's close. It's
right.
Not.
So in the beginning, I'm like, oh man, like they're throwing a lot of attention to the Browns way right now, and then this game right here, I'm like, the Ravens don't look too hot in the beginning. I'm like, okay, it's a division game. I get it. But then they come out later and they get it done. I'm talking. Oh, they get it done. Derrick Henry's got a couple carries, not a lot of yards. Talking 11 carries, 23 yards. They shut down Derrick Henry.
There's some Derrick Henry fantasy owners that are not happy.
Oh, hell no. I'm sorry. Excuse me. But no, they're not. You talking 11 carries, 23 yards. That's like 2.1 average yards a carry. 2 yards a carry. That's not even a first down on a good day.
They shut him down pretty good.
No, they did. And then, Lamar Jackson, he had 2 carries. 13 yards, 6.5, per carry on average, not per carry, but on average. So, Lamar Jackson still doing some Lamar Jackson things. Shut Justice Hill down, 3 carries for 7 yards.
They shut down a running game, period.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. It's shut down. Yeah, the running game is just toast. And they had to go through the air. Like you said, Zay Flowers was doing Zay things. 7 receptions, 75 yards. Pretty nice. DeAndre Hopkins, 2 for 64 and a touchdown. Should have been a second one, but of course, like you said, they called him down at the 1. It's okay, Hopkins, man. Look, I called it. DeAndre Hopkins still got a little bit of juice in the tank. I feel like he's going to do good this season.
We're going to need him in the playoffs. So I hope he
stays healthy.
Pace yourself.
Please stay healthy.
Pace yourself.
Like, man, I'm sorry, and like you said, Walker, 2 touchdowns. Tylan Wallace.
He's a touchdown machine. Tess Walker has 3. 1, 2, 3 catches in his NFL career.
And 2 of them are?
No, 3 of them. All 3 of them are touchdowns.
He got a touchdown last week too?
No, last year.
Oh, last year. Oh, he didn't get a catch. Oh, still, that's not bad. He got 2 other receptions and 2 touchdowns in that game. Mm-hmm. Like, it was pretty good. I enjoyed that game the second half. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna come on and say it. I enjoyed the just everything in that game because they actually came out, looked like a totally different team. Totally different team than, the way Myles Garrett was just banging everybody up like by himself. I got to give credit to Myles Garrett because he literally did it himself. I got to praise that.
I'm going to push back on that just a little bit.
Oh.
Myles Garrett is a monster. Again, best player in the league on defense. Best defensive player in the league. The Ravens' offense did not look good in the first half. They came out flat. Ooh. Lamar was off, right? He was making some bad throws that he normally makes. He was off, right?
Right.
The only thing that I don't like, and the defense came out like somebody stole their lunch money. They came out, they heard all the talking all week about how they gave up all these points and, the Bills basically embarrassed them, which they did. They did. And they came out with a vengeance. My only issue with this is that why couldn't you just do that last week?
Yeah, why is it that way?
What? Okay. Jump back on my soapbox for a second.
Okay. Wait. Put them up there.
We've seen this so many different times from this Ravens team. John Harbaugh led Ravens teams where they come out flat in the game that they should come out on fire, offense and defense, right? I tweeted this. I said, why can't we just have nice things, right? Why do we never have two things that match? Why can't offense and defense be on fire at the same time, right? We got peanut butter, no jelly. We got ham, no burger. Again, we got Kool-Aid, no sugar. What are y'all doing? They came out so flat, and when it was 20-3 when they scored that touchdown and made it 20-10. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh God, if y'all let them do this again. And then the offense woke up. But against a good team, that's not going to work. It worked against the Browns because their offense is putrid. And you're lucky they're putrid. You're lucky they have Joe Flacco as their quarterback. Because if they were playing the Bills again, if they were playing the Chiefs, if they were playing the Eagles, heck, if they were they could have even been playing maybe even like the Chargers now as good as they're playing. Or do this next week against the Lions and watch you get beat. Come out flat against the Lions. The way they just dropped 52 like it was nothing. The Lions woke up and they remember the last time they came to M&T Bank and got embarrassed. The Lions are going to come out pissed. You watch. And if the Ravens don't come out, especially that defense, if they don't come out the same way against the Lions that they did against the Browns, the Ravens could get beat. They could get beat. Trust me. Right?
Yep.
Why can't this team ever have two things that match?
Or just be consistent. That's just
be consistent.
Yeah.
And it boggles my mind. And I have to bring this up, right? Again, it goes back to coaching and this I don't get it. I don't get this boneheaded coaching, right? Again, every week John does something just boneheaded, right? And nobody's going to remember this because they blew the Browns out. But I want to take you through a quick scenario. Okay? Right before the end of the half. 2 minutes to go, right? We're at the 2-minute warning. He throws a pass to Andrews, right? He gets them to the 13, right? So they own the 13, 2 minutes to go, 4th down. Okay? He keeps the offense out there after the 2-minute warning to try to draw them off sides. On the 13, you're on your side, the 13. Instead of calling a timeout, which you had to, instead of calling a timeout, what does John do? He takes a 5-yard penalty. Well, I don't know if they did half the distance or something. It could have been a 4 or 5-yard penalty. And it brought him back to the 8. Why? Why didn't you just call the timeout? Why did you give them 5 yards? Why did you take a penalty in your own red zone? John, tell me why. What are you doing? You gave them 5 yards. And you know what happened? They kicked right before the half, and they gave the Browns 3 points. You gave them 3 points. Why would you do that? Brother, please explain that to me. Why are you taking a 5-yard penalty inside your own 20? Why didn't you just call the timeout? You called 2 timeouts on their drive where they got a field goal. Why does John Harbaugh always do the wrong thing with timeouts and clock management? I don't understand that. He holds on to timeouts when he shouldn't, okay, and he uses them when he should not. I don't understand this guy. Bro, it's been 18 years and you still haven't figured this out. Again, it's overlooked. But, brother, you know I'm a stickler for detail, right? I've been watching football a long time. I've played the game. Those things get you beat. Those little things get you beat. And again, nobody's probably talking about that this week but me. But that burns me up. When I saw it, I was like, why are you taking a penalty right there inside your own 20? Why are you pushing yourself back? You're essentially giving them an extra 5 yards right before the half. And you're giving them an extra 5 yards to come down, at least get a field goal. And that's exactly what happened. They shouldn't have got anything there. And you gave them 5 yards. Why? Just call the timeout. No, just punt the ball. You're not fooling anybody. Nobody's jumping off sides on your 13.
No, they're not.
Bro.
I would say the same thing. Nobody's jumping off sides at the 13. I mean, at that point, I'm pretty sure the Browns know that's like, oh, we're at their 13. Hey, we just got to sit here.
We're just going to sit here. Nobody's moving. You're not fooling anybody. And you took a boneheaded penalty and gave them 5 extra yards that they could use to try to get some points before the end of the half. Stupid. But it's typical John. That is John in a nutshell. And it just boggles my mind, you know. But man, let's get to some positives and negatives from this game. Positives, you know, Lamar Jackson started out slow, but he picked it up 4 touchdowns in this game. No turnovers, 0 turnovers. Keep that up, my boy. Keep that up. Yeah. The defense came out swinging. They came out swinging. They came out like Bud swinging. You know what I'm saying? They came out like when Crawford whooped Canelo. Bud, did you see that fight? Man, Bud whooped that boy. He did, but they did. They came out like Bud swinging, right?
Right.
Roquan with a 63-yard fumble return for a touchdown. They forced 2 turnovers, turning both of those turnovers into points. Tez Walker looked good. Zay Flowers is Zay. I said that. They both combined for 3 touchdowns. And they were dominant in the fourth quarter. They finished the game. Yeah. Defense finished the game. They shut them down, and 21 points in the fourth quarter. That's how you finish a game. But do it every week. I heard this. It was a report. Can you believe? Look. Put the camera on me really quick. Seriously, put the camera on me. There was a report that when the fourth quarter came, John Harbaugh actually said to his team, "It's not over, guys." There it is. That's the key that unlocks the door. That's the secret sauce. John, just tell them it's not over, guys. And they'll play like it's not over.
That's it.
Can you believe that?
That's it.
You know, but man, not too many negatives. Well, there's a couple negatives.
Yes,
they start out slow. Don't like that.
Don't
like the slow starts. Rushing. You pointed on. You talked about this last week. And they're rushing if they could get it going, and they did not. That's a concern.
Yep.
The Ravens. But let's put it like this: if other quarterbacks had this kind of game, they would be looked at as they're the greatest ever, right? Because, their team couldn't run the ball, and the Ravens are averaging 40.5 points, right? So they're putting up points. But the run game was just invisible, and Lamar still carried them. And costly penalties, just bonehead penalties, and just, like I said, that boneheaded call on the taking that penalty and punting it to them. That's it. That's all I got. What you got, bro?
I would say the fact that, first of all, it got 6 penalties on both sides. I don't really care about the Browns, so I'm talking about the Ravens. 6 penalties for 28 yards. Stop shooting yourselves in the foot, guys, please. Like, it's been
42 yards. They had 42 yards of penalties.
I thought the Ravens had 28 yards in penalties. The Browns had 42 yards. Oh, is it backwards?
I think it's backwards, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think the Ravens have 42.
Well, then still, that's worse. 42 yards in penalties, and the Browns had the same amount of penalties and almost like half the yards. Stop shooting yourselves in the foot, guys, please. These penalties rack up. That's how you lose games. That is how you lose. It doesn't matter how good you're playing. Those penalties can lose you the game. These refs are not your friend. These
refs are not your friend.
They are not your friend. They're zebras. They are zebras. And guess what zebras do? Whatever they want.
Bro, did you just say these refs are not your friend?
They are not your friend.
Oh, man, that's hilarious.
In this game, Look, in this sport, I don't know, maybe actual football like soccer, this game, yellow is worse than red. Worse.
There's no red in this game, though.
Yeah, it is. Challenge flag is red.
It's not the same, though.
No,
but that's not a penalty.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yellow is worse than red, because if you ever see anything, red is always like, oh, this is the worst, and yellow's like, like a street light. Yellow, slow down. Red, stop. Yellow is worse than red, and y'all got 6 of them. 42 yards. Terrible.
You represent streetlights. This is where I thought you were. I thought you were going with this with like international football.
Well,
like
no, yeah, right. I don't know exactly how that works. I know they have yellow cards and red cards. I'm talking about the NFL where the red flag come out, you're fine. The yellow flag come out, you're messed up. Stop messing up. 42 yards. Ridiculous. Also, 3 allowed sacks. Offensive line, you got to wake up. You got the best quarterback in the league and you can't protect him? Yeah, that inspires a lot of trust. 3 sacks.
Myles Garrett. But they were still getting whooped. Falele, 77. It was fine.
Wait, where's that thing? Play it. Can you play it? You have it? I say it. You ain't got to play it. Man, I'm getting cooked.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked. And that's exactly what was happening. He was cooking that man. The offensive line just let Myles Garrett, and don't get me wrong, I know it's Myles Garrett, but y'all just said, like, hey, man, we know you the best. Go ahead, do your thing. Like, yeah, 3 sacks on Lamar Jackson. Come on. Best quarterback in the NFL. And you just like, oh, he could flop a couple times. He all right. Like, no, don't y'all understand that he needs to save those contacts to the ground for when he runs? Like, nobody knows when it's going to happen. But he keeps taking hits from sacks, hits on his runs. I mean, ain't nobody invincible. And I believe for y'all to have a long, successful career with the number 1 quarterback in the NFL, you need to mitigate or limit the contacts that he would receive, especially when you guys are the ones that could defend. Like, wake up. Like, seriously, stop. And I know it's Lamar, but still, it's a play and it's designed for, whatever it's designed for at that time. If it's designed for him to run, he gonna run. If it's designed for a pass, protect the man. Anyway, I'm digging too deep. The run game. Derek Henry, my boy. You're a big back. You're huge. You're huge in a good way, not the bad way when they say big back.
Pause. You gotta pause that, bro.
Yeah, pause.
You can't say another man's huge and say you gotta pause that, bro.
Nah, man, he's a tall feller. There you go. He's a tall guy.
Pause. Just stop while you're ahead. Let's just stop.
Anyway, it's Derek Henry. You gotta dominate. That's all I gotta say. When those defenses challenge you, man, you got to punch through it and show them who you are. Also, and this is going to be my last key, and, man, I have to cook this man. I'm sorry. I know you're a vet, and I appreciate you for the years of service. Humphrey, come here, boy. Catch the ball. Catch the ball. It goes through your hands. Actually, you almost caught it. And then, a Browns receiver is right there. And what does he do? Catch the ball.
That's the second week in a row an opposing receiver has caught a touchdown off of a tip pass.
Kyle Hamilton. Oh, Nelly. Please don't make this a trend, guys. Like, Kyle Hamilton, I would not expect that from you. Humphrey, I would, but still hurts the same. Because when it happened, I couldn't believe it. And I'm like, who is that? Who is that? And when he turned around, I'm like, I yelled. I'm going to take the mic away. I yelled, Humphrey. And that's exactly my reaction to that game at that moment. Catch the ball. You are a great defender. You are. I'm not going to take that away from you. But man, oh man, that was boneheaded. If you can't catch it, bat it down. Bat it down, please. You don't do that, please. Like, you don't help the receivers. Kyle, I'm talking to you too. Don't help the Ravens. Don't help the receivers. I'm done.
You're done.
I'm done. If anything, one tiny little bit, man. Time of possession, 28 minutes. The Browns had it longer. The Ravens scored more. I would say that's pretty good.
You still never want to lose time of possession, but yeah, I get it. I mean, this game had a lot of anomalies.
Catch the ball. I'm sorry.
The Ravens didn't have a lot of rushing yards, but yet they were still blowing the Browns out. It just goes to show you how bad of an offense the Browns have. But this Ravens defense finally played like we know they should play. They're going to get another test next week against the Lions, who, again, dropped 52 against the Bears. So we're going to see. We're going to see what the Ravens are made of. They're going to play a better team, a lot better team this week. And I just hope they bring that same energy. But you can't start slow on offense against good teams. That gets you beat. Period. So let's not do that. All right, brother. I think we just about done, man. Let's put a bow on this. Final thoughts on the week is, it wasn't too many things that shocked me. Ravens took care of business. The Vikings, again, I told you I was on upset alert last week. I wasn't too impressed with J.J. McCarthy. I was impressed that he brought them back to win the game, but I did say I didn't expect him to build on that a lot. What I saw is what I expected. Still started slow, and it was like that the whole game. The line was bad. So we'll see what happens next week. It looks like Carson Wentz is going to get the start against the Bengals. They're going to have their backup quarterback as well. So that'll be an interesting game. And the Ravens are going to be taking on the Detroit Lions on Monday Night Football. We will preview those two games on tomorrow. We're going to put out another video. But any final thoughts on this week, bro?
Oh yeah. Most where is it? Yeah, most definitely. For the Vikings, I mean, you guys going to wait, is that accurate? Oh no, the Bengals are coming to you guys. They're limping. You know what I mean? Take that opportunity to build some morale. You know what I mean? Get that win. Just try to keep it together after the loss of J.J. McCarthy. You know what I mean? Both, like you said, both teams are going to have backup quarterbacks. I still believe that, the Vikings can pull it out. They are at home. Also, to the Ravens, Detroit's coming to M&T Bank. Don't mess it up. Catch the ball.
We'll preview that tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll say everything we need to say about that on tomorrow. But yeah. To wrap this up again, it was another good week in the NFL. Before we get out of here, let's go through the picks real quick. Bro, you went 9-7. You went 9-7 last week.
I'm not picking the Dolphins anymore.
You picked Washington. They took the L at Green Bay. You picked right with Baltimore. You picked right with Cincinnati. You took the Giants over Dallas. Almost. They were that close, but Giants came up short. You picked Detroit. Everybody should have. They massacred the Bears. I'm not even thinking about taking Miami ever again. I think they're going to go 0-20, and they probably won't even play 20 games this year. You picked right at San Francisco, Buffalo, Pittsburgh. No bueno.
Thought they could do
Rams. You picked the Rams. Arizona eked it out against Carolina. That was a good game, actually. Carolina came back, but they fell short.
Yeah.
Denver did not get the win. You picked Philly over KC. Minnesota fell flat. Houston didn't come through. I thought they would, but they didn't. But the Chargers did. So, bro, you went 9-7. I went 12-4. I took the Packers. I took the Ravens. I took Cincinnati. I took Dallas. I took Detroit. I took Miami. That was dumb. I lost there. I took San Francisco, Buffalo, Seattle. Got the win over Pittsburgh, so I took that one. I took the Rams. Arizona lost to Denver. I'm never taking them again because they suck. Philadelphia came through like I thought they would. Minnesota fell flat. But again, I told you I was on upset alert. I picked them because I wanted them to win. I don't think I'm going to pick them next week. I don't think I did in our season picks. I don't think I picked them to beat Cincinnati. So I took Houston because I thought they would play well at home. They played better, but they still fell flat. They had a chance to win, but they just couldn't come through. And I took the Chargers over the Raiders, 12-4. So those was our week 2 picks. We will have our show tomorrow. We're going to preview the Vikings against the Bengals and the Ravens against the Lions, which should be the game of the week. It's going to be a very big game. 2 high-scoring teams, probably two of the best teams in the NFL. Again, the Lions woke up. Excuse me. The Lions woke up. And we will also give you our week 3 picks and maybe talk about betting a little bit. So looking forward to that. Again, we just want to say thank you for everybody who watches the show, all the subscribers. We appreciate you so much, more than you could ever know. Please, we ask that you please like and subscribe. Hitting that subscribe button doesn't cost you anything. If you think we're crazy or out of our minds, please tell us in the comments. We would love some feedback. Other than that, we appreciate you once again. Bro, you want to take us out?
Oh yeah. Like and subscribe. And also if you like Purple Shade Podcast, man, consider hitting that bell notification so you will know every single time we drop a new video.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays every week.
Yep, Tuesdays and Wednesdays every week. To take this out, your boy falls short again. I'm 0-2. Mikey is he's 2-0 right now for the weekly picks. I'm gonna try to change it around for y'all. If you're Team Tory Son, I'm gonna try to change it around for you. I'm gonna try to get some better picks for you. We'll bring that to you guys tomorrow. But until then, I am Tory Son with my brother
Mr. Right 98% of the time, whether you like it or not. That's why I'm 2-0.
Anyway, this has been another episode of the Purple Shade Podcast. Anything else, brother? Or you good with me?
Thank you to everybody who watches. God bless. I appreciate you.
All right, God bless, man. You guys be good. Till next time, we'll see you.